Hey you guys, peace. I'm sitting out here in the heart of nature. Sitting out here in the heart of nature. And just want to send you guys some love because I'm not feeling very loved. I'm not feeling well, actually, I actually really am feeling a whole lot of love from the universe, from nature. But however, I just moved. I moved into this lovely little house here. I've been decorating and everything. Back to Laurel, Mississippi. However, Laurel, it does have a high crime rate and everything. I looked into that. I looked into the area. The area is supposed to be a good area. But some of the elders here have grandchildren that are criminals. I mean, live criminals. Now I do get along well with I get along well with older people, grandparents and things like that. But however, trying to get through to these criminals and younger crowds, it hasn't been my forte. So I moved here. I have 3 cars. I am a single mother, meaning single mother. I don't know why people always have this different outlook on single mother, single woman, single parent raising kids, whatever. It don't matter. You're doing it by yourself. So on my strength alone, okay, I've got 3 cars. I'm not a very materialistic person. I've got a house with a beautiful yard. And so if you guys watched my previous videos, you've known that I've been homeless before. And so now I'm supposed to be enjoying what I thought I paid for, I worked hard for. Unfortunately, I moved in by some neighbors who are live criminals. There's this one guy, particularly, he says that he wanted to buy my car one day. I was standing outside of my yard. So I told him, sure, I'll sell it for $3,500. It's a Mercury Grand Marquis, a 2007 model. And so he calls me the next day and says, hey, I've got you $3,000. At that point, I was already gone ahead and left the house. So he said, once I made it back to the house, he called me, said, hey, I put the money back in the bank. Okay, I didn't think anything else about it. He hadn't said anything else about it. And so giving him the rundown on the car and everything, since he wanted to buy the car, I let him know that I did take a loan out on the car. And after I do pay the loan, off on the card, I'll be able to sell it. But right now, he may not want to buy it. So, with his criminal mind, me not knowing that he was a criminal, he steals the car, runs off with the car. One morning, we were standing outside, and he came into my yard. He was telling me that his mother says to move the car because the loan people are about to take the car. I said, well, if they're about to take the car, let them get the car. I'll deal with it later. He kept saying, no, let's get it, let's go, this and this and that. I'm like, it's too early for this. My family is in the house. We're just going to let things happen the way they need to happen. He was adamant about it. I had my keys in my hand. He grabbed the keys. He says, jump in your other car and follow me. And my car, he lost me. And so all that day I was looking for my car, looking for him, calling him, where are you? He said it broke down on the side of the road. I'm like, what? My car never quit on me. He said it broke down on the side of the road. Mind you, he's a professional car thief. Only reason why I figured that out, because I called my kinfolk and told them to tell him to bring my car back. And it's funny because, you know, me searching and doing a lot of looking on Facebook, I found out they knew each other. And so he ended up bringing my car back. And when he brought my car back, he did something under the hood, and that's how I know that he's a professional car thief, because he did something under the hood to crank my car up, but when I turned it off, it went back dead. So I couldn't drive my car for like 2 weeks. Mind you, my mother was in the hospital, back and forth in the hospital, calling the ambulance day after day, hour after hour, calling the ambulance for her. I called the ambulance 3 times that day until they finally kept her. And so I've been going through that with my mother. And my neighbor with my car. He brought my car back. I wasn't able to drive it for about 3 weeks. We started talking because he lives right across the street in his mother's house. He's 30 years old. He's been to the penitentiary before. This was after you know, we went through that. So after I thought things was getting a little bit better, after meeting his mom and grandmom and family, hadn't met any of his, children or women or anything, but his mother, his grandmother, nieces, nephews, and sister. I figured that, okay, maybe, it was just a misunderstanding and everything, blase, blase. So I asked him to fix my car back like it was before. And we were standing in the yard when he did, and he did fix it back. It wasn't too much that he had to do to fix that car back the way it was. However, once he fixed the car back, 3 days later, he was like, can I go to the store in it? And so I was like, yeah, I didn't see, he hadn't fixed the car back. I was riding in it and everything. Then met his grandparents. I thought everything was great. Especially us being in the same neighborhood right across the street from each other. He got the keys and never returned. He never returned with my car. 6 days later, which is today, that was last Thursday when he got my car and ran off with it. Today is Tuesday, December the, let me see. Let's see, today is Christmas was that Saturday? Was it Saturday? That Friday? That Saturday? That Friday? 26 and 7, 8. Okay, today is the 27th. The 27th. Today's the 20. Okay, 30, 24, 25, 26. Today's the 28th. So the 27th or the 28th. And so he gets my car. He says he was going to the store or whatever. He never came back in my car. 6 days later, which is today, I saw my cousin yesterday. He said he would get my car. However, the guy called me outside. Facebook name Crenshaw McCann. Anyway, he calls me outside and shows me these receipts. $500 worth of work that he so-called put into my car. He says that it stopped on the side of the road in the 6 days that he had it, and so he's just now getting it back on the road. And he wants me to pay him $500 to get my car back. And that if I don't pay him the $500 that he so-called put into the car, that he will give my car to the loan company, which I owe And he wants to subpoena me to court for the $500 while he's riding around in my car. If I have any lawyer friends out there or anything, please help me out. Now, I have family in the law enforcement and lawyers in this area, but for some reason we're not talking. I don't know what it is I did, but you know, it be like that. So this is a great big world, a great big universe. There's somebody that can help me. The police, I went to the police. They said to make papers out on him, but I may want to think about that after I told them who it was. I don't know, you know. God doesn't give me the spirit of fear, and I'm not gonna fear nobody, no man. He has been threatening me. The police, they scary. So at this point, I mean, it's material, but I won't be played with. I won't be played with. This is my stuff, my belongings. And he says, I have the messages on Messenger where he says when he see me, it's gonna be what it's going to be. Bitch this, bitch that. I just thought that I should get on here and let the universe know to protect me from these crazy lunatics in this planet. Send me help. Send me help. This is Laurel, Mississippi. I don't know, you guys. Like, where did we go wrong? I'm feeling like Tupac. We have a race of babies that'll hate the ladies that make the babies. And that is so true. That is so true because, man, everything that I worked hard for and spent my money on, you telling me that I can't do what I want to do with my things that you wanted? He says he's not going to return my car. If I press charges on him, then he's going to get me and show me what rolling 60s do or whatever. I am really exhausted with this planet. The stupidity of black men. The nigga is 30. He's a real nigga. He's 30. It's so pathetic how men just want to take what women have. They don't want to work for their own stuff. Them niggas need to be put in the trash can immediately. I don't know what else to do, you guys. You guys put some comments below, subscribe so that I can subscribe to you. And I just want to take this moment to just thank you mothers who've been keeping your head up. And it's so easy to get caught up in negative relationships with people, individuals. And I'm new to this area. I hadn't even gotten warm or close enough to my neighbors to, you know, give them a gift, you know, a housewarming gift, or them give me one, because this young guy, he ain't young, he's 30 years old. He's been running around in my cars talking about fixing my cars, doing extra things to them, but there's things that I hadn't asked him for. You know, he's giving me his vision and, you know, running down his vision to me, and just, you know, yeah, true enough, I've got 3 cars, but one bus, one old school Corolla that's a stick shift. But my mother is sick. My Mercury is mainly to get her to and from the doctor. And I shouldn't have to explain that to anybody because it's my money and my car. He says that he'll take it to the loan company, which, fine, get it over with, take it to the loan company. Then I won't have to worry about him or my car. But he says still, even if anyone gets the car, that he will threaten me until I pay him that little $500. I didn't ask him to put any money on that car. I didn't ask him to fix anything on that car, which I don't believe that he fixed anything on the car. I think he just souped it up to the point where he wanted it to where that he could ball out or whatever in it. I'm just really sick and tired of it. And, you know, my main thing when I started videos was to uplift the copper, quote-unquote Aboriginal. But the more my kind show me that they don't care, the more I am willing to just say that I don't care. I've talked to his mother and his grandparents. They've told them to bring my car back and everything, but I don't know how that worked out because that was in front of my face. There's no telling what he may have told them behind my back, but you guys, these narcissists, they do not sleep. They will find, if you're an empath, they will find you. They will find you. Will the universe protect me? At this point, I don't care. I don't care. It's been 6 days. It's actually been maybe 3 months since I've been here. Almost 3 months, maybe like 2 months. And I have not enjoyed moving here. I have not enjoyed my home. All my cars were running when I got here. Now they're not running. One is missing, one's not running, and the other is my stick shift. What is a mother to do? What am I to do? Help me. Somebody, universe, send me the right person.